I'll be talking about the shifts in the short run aggregated supply curve and the long run aggregated supply curve. Not everything that shifts the short run aggregated supply curve also shifts the long run aggregated supply curve, but everything that shifts the long run aggregated supply curve will shift the short run aggregated supply curve. Change in price inputs shifts the short run aggregated supply curve, but not the long run aggregated supply curve. In the long run, the prices of final goods and inputs change in the same proportion. In the short run, input prices are sticky and change slower than prices of final goods. Temporary supply shocks shift short-run aggregated supply, but they don't shift long-run aggregated supply. Short-term effect on the productivity would shift it, such as bad weather would cause a temporary supply shock shift in the short-run aggregated supply curve. Shifts in the aggregated demand and aggregated supply model. For the long-run aggregated supply curve, there would be shifts caused by productivity. Examples of these productivity shifts would include technology, human capital, and efficiency. So if some workers aren't working as efficiently as they could be, or if they're working more than they were predicted to be, it'll shift the long-run aggregated supply curve. Also, other shifts that would shift the long-run aggregated supply curve would be quantities of factors of production, such as land, capital, and natural resources. Shifts that will cause the short-run aggregated supply curve is everything that shifts the long-run aggregated supply curve, such as productivity, quality, and quantities of factors of production, and those examples in the parentheses. What also can shift the short-run aggregated supply curve is the change in prices of inputs, and another example would be temporary supply shocks. The aggregated demand curve shifts when any component of the aggregated demand, such as consumption, investment, government spending, and net export changes. The economic fluctuations. Equilibrium in the national economy is at the point where the aggregated demand and the aggregated supply are the same, so where this red box is. The short-run equilibrium occurs at the intersection of the aggregated demand and the short-run aggregated supply. The long-run equilibrium occurs where the aggregated demand, which is this line here that is sloping downward, curve crosses both the long run, which is this up and down, straight up and down curve or line crosses, and this downward sloping crosses this straight line and this upward sloping line, which is the short run aggregated supply. So this is where the long run equilibrium would be, and if the short run aggregated supply curve were to shift left or were to shift right, there would be a new short run equilibrium, and then there would need to be a change in one of these lines or slopes to then bring the long run equilibrium back to order.